Bhagavatam. Now this is Canto 6 and Chapter 4. We had completed the first 18 verses. Now in the 18 verses we realize that the Prachetas, that is the sea gods, they had wanted to take over the land as well, and they had entered the land, and the obstruction was from the trees, so they couldn't see that obstruction, they didn't like it, so they tried to burn down these forests. Now when they were trying, they burned down this forest, and so the god of vegetables and vegetation is none other than the moon god. He starts objecting to it and he says this is not the right way to do it. Just because they are there, you cannot go and destroy them. So this is what happens. Now we are going to understand how this situation is eased. Now it so happens that there is this moon god. He says to the forest gods, why don't you give your daughter in marriage to the Prachetas? So they give their daughter in marriage to Prachetas, and that is the way a new entity is born who is called Daksha. Daksha is the father of creation. He's also, in the previous verses we had understood that he's also the creation of Brahmaji. So today we are going to understand Daksha and his life. Alright, so let us start today's satsang. We are doing Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 6, Chapter 4, verse 19 onwards. In the beginning, it was by his mental faculties that he procreated these beings. That is the gods, the demons, the men, and such other creatures dwelling in the sky, on the earth, and in water. So we are learning about Daksha. Daksha is the head of all this. He has been given a job. The job of creation has been given to him. Okay? So in the beginning, he had created. What are the things that he created? First are the demigods. Some of the demigods he has created. Then he has created the asuras, the demons that are required, the men, that is the human race, and other creatures which dwell in the air, that is the birds and all, on earth, that is the animals, and water, that is the fish. Finding that this creation of beings was not growing prolific, the progenitor of creations approached the hills near the foot of the Vindhya mountain and performed very austere penance. So now these people, all these, that means right from the gods, the demons, the asuras, the human beings, the animals, the birds, as well as the aquatic creatures, they were not growing. That means they were not reproducing. And because they were not reproducing, so Daksha goes to pray to God saying that, can this happen? So that his progression continues. That means he can keep on creating more and more of different kinds. Got it? So, there was an extremely holy lake, efficacious to destroy sins. It was called Aghamarshana. He bathed 3 times a day in the lake and propitiated Lord Hari with his austere penance. So what did Daksha do? Daksha prayed to God, that is Lord Krishna, Narayana, and he prayed very sincerely. He took bath 3 times in a day and maintained a very beautiful balance in his life. That means meditation and all other things that are needed. He praised the Lord Vishnu with his Hamsagoya hymn. I shall now recite that hymn with which Hari was pleased with Daksha. So what did he do? He sat near this lake, near the mountain which is very close to the lake, and he started praying to Lord Hari. And he created a very beautiful Hamsa Goya. That is a poem, a very beautiful poem which is rendered by him. So what does that poem say? See, please understand, this is all in prose, so you have to understand this in prose. Prajapati Daksha said, I pay obeisance to the transcendental Lord, whose power of consciousness is not unreal, who is the controller of the jivas and the maya, whose form of true nature is invisible to those who look upon gunas or object of senses as real, who is beyond all the means of knowledge, who is beyond limit of time and space and self-effulgent. So he is praising the Lord. He is saying that the Lord is the controller of all the jivas. He is the one who creates this maya in this world, the illusory objects, the illusory things that are there. His true nature cannot be known by anybody. See, anybody trying to understand God, is near impossible to understand who he is or what he is. There is no knowledge on this planet Earth which can actually make us understand what God is. Correct? And he is beyond time, space, and he is self-effulgent. Basically, he doesn't need anybody from outside to give him the knowledge or anything like that. So he is self-effulgent. I bow to the Supreme Lord, who is the friend of the jiva, inhabiting the same city, that is the body, along with him, but on whose friendliness the jiva is not aware. He is the seer of this world, just as the gunas cannot perceive the possessor of the gunas. Now, this is a line which is, you have to understand this from your own perspective. What is he saying? He is saying the Lord is a friend of the jiva, inhabiting the same city. What city? It is your body. The Lord is in your body. And because he is in your body, you are also a part of that whole. But do you really understand that? The jiva doesn't understand that the Lord is within him. See, if you ask any person and you tell the person that the Lord is within you, so they will say, how is it that I cannot perform any miracles? Got the point? God can perform miracles, but I can't. If I want something, I cannot say some magical words and that object is going to appear. Correct? I cannot bring a dead person back to life. Literally everything is impossible to man. So the jiva is not at all understanding that he is the Lord himself, because the divine Lord is within him. So he says there is no way of understanding for this person. So he is not aware. Got it? The body, the vital breath, the senses, the internal organs, the mental faculties, the five bhutas, the tanmatras do not know either themselves or the others and their presiding deities, who are beyond them all. The jiva knows all the gunas, but the jiva who knows them does not know the omniscient Lord who is infinite. I praise him. Yes, this is a verse which will tell you that literally nobody in this world knows the Lord. The Lord is in everybody. Literally every person, place and thing. There is nothing anywhere where the Lord is not present. But nobody knows, nobody understands. You can see that he is there in the body, he is there in the breath that you are breathing, the prana. He is there in the senses. He is there in the internal organs of yours, that is the heart, liver and everything that is there. He is there in your mental faculties. He is also the mind. Hasn't Sri Krishna said that I am the mind also? Has he said this? So it's exactly like that. So he says all this. He is there in the bhutas, the 5 elements that are there. The tanmatras. The tanmatras are basically the sound and all those things. Nobody knows. And then, we have absolutely no consciousness about him. Is there a God sitting over here? You will say, I don't know, I don't know. Is there a God in you? I don't know. Isn't it? So everybody has no idea about the Lord in anything. So the jiva who knows them does not know the omniscient Lord. You may know all these other elements. You may know the heart, you may know the lungs, you may know your ears, you may know your eyes, you may know anything and everything in the world which is a created object, but still you will not know this omniscient Lord. So he says, I praise him. When the mind which cognizes the world of names and forms ceases to function, due to the loss or obsolescence of all cognition and memory, in the state of samadhi or complete absorption in the self, he reveals himself through his inherent existence, consciousness and bliss. I offer my salutations to him whose abode is the pure heart. Now this is a very peculiar line. It is saying that, I'll just take some medicine. Something is irritating. Okay. We recognize there is a world of names. Do you know the names of people around you? Do you then know the names of every object around you? If there is a camera, you know there is a camera. There is a phone, you know there is a phone. Everything we know. We understand all these things. The world of names and forms. But when you give up this, first is yourself. My name is so and so. Are you saying this name of yours? This is my eyes. These are my nose. This is my mouth. This is my hand. This is my. Isn't it? Then you will say, this is my phone. Are you saying these words? So we are taking ownership of everything around us. This is my mother. This is my father. This is my husband. This is my wife. These are my children. All these things is ownership. The day you give up this ownership, the day you say, this is not mine, in everything there is God. You give up the sense of ownership and you say that this is not mine. I don't know this. I know that everything is God. When that happens, the cognition comes. Cognition means you understand and you realize. What do you realize? That everything is the divine Lord alone. And when you see the Lord in everything, you go in a deep state of understanding. Sometimes they call it meditation. And when you go in this deep meditative state, the Lord is visible to you. You go in a deep samadhi. And when you go in a deep samadhi, when everything looks like the Lord to you, everything around you, at that point in time, you understand the Lord is in everything and the Lord gives you the darshan. So this person, this Lord, he is Sat Chit Ananda, truth, consciousness and bliss. That is the Lord you get to see. So he is offering his salutations to that Lord. And where is he, by the way? He is in the pure heart. Today morning, a small satsang on this. We were talking about a few things. So I said, in modern psychiatry and psychology and all these new subjects that have come up in this, the person doesn't talk about the heart. The reason is because they talk about the mind. And the mind has problems, isn't it? So you can take up, obsessive compulsive disorder, OCD, ADHD, or any kind of disease that is there today prevalent in the world. People get violent. They have disturbing personalities, schizophrenia, and so many things that are there in this world. What do they say? The whole world talks about this as a disease of the mind. And where do they say the mind is? What is it that has happened to these people? They are not saying the mind is anywhere else. The only thing that they say is the mind is up there. Isn't it? They try to cure the mind by mind control, by medicines which will be numbing to that person, by giving them different kinds of, techniques and methodologies and so on and so forth. What is it that they are missing out over there? The thing that they're missing out is, in this Sanatan Dharma, our religion, we know the mind is here. We call it the manas. What is the heart always denoting? When you are in love with your girlfriend or your boyfriend, do you send them hearts? Even in WhatsApp and all these messaging, do you send a heart to a person? The heart is the center of emotional. So your emotions are in the heart. The heart denotes love and devotion. What does it denote? Love. He has a big heart. That means he is very kind and compassionate. Isn't that what we say? This person is so good at heart. Good at heart. These people who are afflicted with the mind have closed their heart. They don't have any love for anybody in the world. They do not have love for anyone. They don't have devotion. They don't have love for anyone. They are operating here. ADHD, obsessive, OCD. What is obsessive compulsive disorder? They want to put everything in perfect synchronicity, isn't it? I want it like this, I want it like that, all those kind of things. I want it. I want it. It is always about I. It is not about love. There is no love in this world. If somebody doesn't put the towel back in place in the way they want, they get very upset with it. I have seen one person from the defense. He would want his handkerchiefs and everything laid out very properly. One day, the wife did not keep those things in place. He beat her black and blue. And she had a cut in her eye. Can you imagine that? This happened to one of my disciples. She's not there with me now, but I'm just telling you. These people are very obsessive about it. They have these diseases of the mind. They get very angry. They get very upset. Split personalities. What is that? It is connected here. They have lost connection with their heart. Are you getting the point? Yesterday I told all of you all to smile a little bit. Today you look at the faces. They are still grumpy. What are you sitting for? Somebody's funeral? Huh? There is no smile on your face. You are still thinking with that mind, the dirty mind of yours which is up there. No, come down to the level of the heart. Sri Krishna, Narayana, Vishnu, Mahavishnu, all these gods are living in the heart. In the last chapter we heard about Vishnu Dutas taking their devotee, Ajmila, to their heaven. Isn't it? Who stays up there? In the heart we just now understood that Narayana stays, Sri Krishna stays there. Who lives up there in the head? You know, it is the master of destruction. Shiva stays there. And who are his people? The Ganas, the Bhoot, Pret, Pishach. So when you get angry, when you get upset, who is this devil coming in? Who is this Bhoot of yours? Bhoot means your past coming in. You have closed your heart totally. There is no purity lying in your heart anywhere. You have become demonic in nature. Have you not seen all the Ganas dancing around Shivji? Who is the master of Yamdev? Shiva. How does Kali look like to you? Very deadly. Fearful. How does Lakshmi look like to you? Very loving. Isn't it? Have you ever seen Lakshmi in an angry look? No, I don't think so. But have you seen Parvati in an angry look? 100 times you might have seen her. She is Bhavani. She is Kali. She is all those, dangerous things. That is what you become. When you get your anger, you go in the mind. The mind is here. This is what all the Westerners told you. And they never talk about heart. They are not there for the purpose of telling you that your disease can be cured. Take this medicine, take this medicine, take this medicine. They numb your brains. They will cut off half the portion of the brain also. Lobotomize, they call it. Why? Because they want to make you a nincompoop. So that you don't fight, you don't get angry, you don't get upset. If they were taught from childhood to be loving creatures, then this problem would not be coming in. Love everybody. Share with everybody. Go to each other places and don't bother about not mixing around. Eat other people's food also and be as they are. There will be love in this world. No, you have to send a message to them. Can I call you? The person will say, okay, you can call me at this hour. This is what you have become today. Idiots. When you set up your meetings, do you say this or no? In olden times, I could go inside my neighbor's house, eat from his kitchen, whatever I could do. You can also remember your past. You were such a free bird. Today, what have you become? Can you go to your neighbor and say, I want something to eat? You are a miserable person living in their Western ways of thinking, of the mind being up there. Your heart has gone closed. You are no more loving. Your hatred comes from the brain. All your hormones are working over there. What hormone is there in the heart? Nothing. The heart is a place of beautiful emotions. I love you. This is what we say. What love is there when you are having anger and hatred towards other people? What love is there? So now see what he says. I offer my salutations to him whose abode is in the pure heart. Your heart is contaminated already. Already your brain is screwed. Sorry for the dirty word. Now your heart is closed. You don't even want to smile. You want to behave like like a pig in life. Don't do that. Be a happy person. The Dharma says, you know what the Dharma says? Learn to be happy. Happy in the material world, happy in the spiritual world. The material world happiness is temporary. The spiritual world happiness is permanent. Sadchita Ananda. When are you going to understand that you have lost your Ananda forever? Got it? So don't be such a mean creature. Don't think from your brain all the time. Why are you such a dirty person? Why is there dependency on drugs? Why is there that you have to go and get, shrink? You're getting shrunk. Honey, I shrunk the kids. What is that? Start being loving to the world. No diseases will come to you. Now, with their purified intellect, the self-controlled, discerning person discovers, when he meditates on him, that is away from ahankara, as enthroned in the innermost heart, even though he lies unmanifest in the 9 powers. And influenced by the 3 gunas, just as the experts in sacrificial lore separate the sacrificial fire latent in the piece of wood, reciting the 15 Samidhani verses when they churn the fire. Now, what is he saying? Listen to the words. He is saying, when the intellect is purified, now whatever I told you in the last 5 minutes, did it appeal to you or no? Are you understanding that this is exactly what is happening to you? Why do you need all this help from outside? Be that nice person, be that good person. So your intellect gets purified. When your mind is purified, your intellect gets purified. When does it get purified? When you are self-controlled, discerning person. Who is the control supposed to be giving? You. Don't be that mean person. Can you be the nice person in your life? So when you are that nice person in your life, the good human being that you can be, your intellect is going to rise. Then you will be able to discover in the core of your heart, enthroned in the innermost heart, enthroned in the innermost heart. There are 7 layers. I have already discussed that long ago, but I am telling you there are 7 doors. So enthroned in the innermost layer, this divine person, even though he lies unmanifest, even if the Lord Narayana, who is unmanifest, will be visible to you. But first you have to give up your ego. Got it? Now he is the master of everything. Everything that we are doing in this world, whatever that we do in this world, the sacrifices that we perform, they all are reaching him. It is like he is invisible in the logwood of fire. You know, we use the logwood. There is fire within, you don't know about that. So it is like that. He is realized as the highest bliss in meditation by the negation of Maya, which creates all distinctions and differences. Verily, he bears every name and assumes all forms. He possesses within him innumerable potencies which are beyond the power of words to describe. So, when you go deeper inside your heart, you will find absolute peace over there with the purified intellect. And when you go over there, what happens? The Maya is destroyed. The Maya, which is the covering of the shell. This is my wife. This is my child. This is my house. That my Maya goes away. The Maya removes itself from this. And when the Maya removes itself from this world, you see the Lord beyond. Because it's the Maya which is covering him, isn't it? When you look at a king, are you looking at a king or are you looking at his clothes? When you go to Balaji temple, are you seeing Balaji in his naked form? Or are you seeing with all those gold, jewelry, so much of loban and this and that and coverings and whatnot and the clothes? That is Maya for you. When you see this world is only Maya. Take her out of that. See the Lord directly. He possesses immutable potencies, innumerable potencies, where the words cannot describe his potencies. The powers can never be described. Whatever is described in words, concluded by the intellect, perceived by the senses or imagined by the mind is only a phenomena of the three gunas and cannot be the essential nature, for he is verily characterized by the creation or dissolution of gunas. The Lord cannot be described by words. You cannot even say how he looks like. What is he? You may say he is loving, but next moment he can show you anger. If you say he is an angry bird, next time he will show you his love. You can't even understand what he is talking also. When the Lord is doing something, you may think something else. He is a very confusing person. It is not easy for you to decipher the Lord, so don't even try. He will say one thing at one time, another thing he will say another time. And you will wonder, is that right or is this right? There is no way of knowing. Understood? The Lord's ways are unique. No words can describe him. Nothing can actually, make you understand, now I know the Lord. You can't say those words also. He is beyond any words. He is beyond any gunas. You cannot say he is a good person, because tomorrow he will turn out and pierce you with one sword of his. And you will say, oh, he is a bad person. No, you cannot even say that. It is Brahma on which everything depends. For it, everything is caused. It is created everything from itself with itself. Everything is for it and belongs to it, whatever it makes and causes others to make it a Brahma. It is ultimate cause of all causes, both earlier or later. As a primary cause, it is known to have preceded all causes. It is one without a second. Whether it is his own or another category, it is Brahma to whom I bow. No words can describe. You know how many words I said? All bouncer. Understood? Not one word can enter you. Think about it. Everything depends on him. He has created everything from itself with itself. How does a person create itself with itself? I don't know. Everything is for it and belongs to it. Again one sentence, I don't understand. Whoever must be, the English papads will say, what is this wrong English? Shashi Tharoor will say, I don't understand this. This is all crap. Oh no, I'm not supposed to say crap. Well, he is not going to understand because this is Brahma. Nobody can describe. No English language, no language can describe. No Sanskrit also. No language can describe him. So, Narayana, Brahma, beyond our description. If he is the cause of a thing in this world, that everything comes from him, it is his potencies which may have verily become the ground of disputation and concurrence of various eloquent theoreticians, and which, in spite of the exhaustions of the knowers of the truth to their disputation, deluded their minds now and again. I bow to him, the omnipresent Lord of infinite excellencies. Now there are hundreds of, Babajis and Gurus and this and that. And they will all come up with their own theories. I know the Brahma very well from my perspective. You should follow Advaita Vedanta. I am giving great speeches in Harvard. There are these kind of idiots all across the world. Do yogasana and pranayama. Do breathing exercises. Sit on the mountain top. Hang with your head upside down. Sir, what else you want me to do? Yeah, you should visit this temple, that temple. Sir, what is this you are talking about? I am not going to meet any Brahma anywhere. Even if I hang myself, in the North Pole or South Pole, I can't see Brahma. Nothing. All these disputations, all kinds of logic that you are trying to understand, you can get as many words as you want. There are some great scholars that say, I know everything. Sir, you can go and give lectures in Oxford or wherever, Cambridge or whatever. Still you are an idiot. Don't open your mouth. There is no point in trying to make anybody explain what is Brahma. Who is the Lord? Can you make him explain? Can anybody explain that Brahma to anybody? No, Brahmaji also cannot come and explain. Nobody. So there is no point. The yoga and the Sankhya system of philosophy, which proclaim faith in one and the same reality, predicate the existence and the non-existence of the two distinct and the mutually contradictory attributes to be subsisting in the same reality, but the common basis of which they agree and they dispute. It is in the existence of God as a reality beyond dispute. It is the great thing, Brahma, to whom I bow. My God, this English has blown my brains only. I can't understand this English. You can. You explain this to me. There's no point in understanding also. All kinds of yoga and Sankhya philosophy. All these great Babajis of this world who spew. I've seen one great Babaji like this, with long hairs. I am like this and I am like that. What kind of an idiot are you? Everybody seems to know about everything. Sir, there is a great person called Adi Shankaracharya. He was told he was Shankara's avatar only. And one day people asked him, you must be knowing everything about the Lord. So he said, I will explain. So he told one guy, You take one sieve, channi, we say channi, and go to the river and get water from that. So when the fellow, he dips it in the river and he brings it out, no water is in that because all things have drained away. So then one drop falls on his hand, like this he does, one drop, it falls down. He says, see, this is all I know. The whole river is there. I can't even see it in my brain and my mind. What I will know the Lord? So the people said, no, but we should know. Oh, that's okay. You think of yourself as the sieve, the channi. It takes the channi and throws it in the river. Now, the channi is filled with the river water. Got the point? You have to immerse yourself in the Brahma. You can't know the Brahma. So don't even try. All the philosophies will go and take bhais, ghai charne gayi, ghai ghas charne gayi hai, we say. What? Ghas means the cow has gone to graze. We don't know. I don't know. So don't try to, behave as if you know too much. So never ever try to describe that, I know everything, you don't know anything. May the glorious Supreme Lord of the infinite attributes be gracious unto me, the Lord, who through above material name and form invested himself with forms of incarnating himself and assumed names by his wonderful deeds for the sake of bestowing his grace on those who seek shelter at his feet. So suppose you are a devotee of the Lord and you seek shelter at the feet of the Lord. You say, God, I don't know all these philosophies. I don't know yoga. I don't know anything. I don't know. But God, I love you so much, Please, God, can you be there with me? And the Lord will take a form and stand in front of you. You have to show your humility, not your arrogance. Don't show your arrogance. Show your humility. The Lord is very kind and compassionate and loving and caring and everything in this world. He will understand your needs and He will come and stand in front of you. But you need to recognize the Lord. This is the whole point of it. He will give grace to those who seek the grace with humility. In my satsangs, I openly tell you, I don't know yoga, I don't know pranayama, I don't know mantras, I don't know Sanskrit, I don't know any languages, I know only English, that little language also. That too, I am not Shashi Tharoor. I am a very simple human being. You see my word, my vocabulary is so small. I use the same words over and over again. There is nothing that I know. I am a simple person. I don't understand anything. But I want to give love. That's it. The love is all that can be given and taken. You can accept love from God and you can give love to God. That's it. I don't even know prayers. You may say, oh, you must be knowing some shlokas and all. What shloka? I don't know any shloka in this life. I know shoka. I know people they have cried. I don't know any shloka in this world. So please don't bother your head about all these things. I know. The person who says I know is an idiot. Think like that. Yoga, what does your Guruji teach you? If somebody asks you, he doesn't teach me anything. I went with one person. He called me over and he said, Guruji, come for my party. I went to the party. And I was just sitting over there. Nobody came to talk to me. Nobody visited me. I am not even bothered. And when this person had to introduce me, they are not introducing me as some guru or something like that. If a person is wearing a t-shirt and a jean pant, how do you introduce this idiot? So they looked at me as some ordinary friend. Okay, hi, hello. I wish them like that only. And they were talking about politics, they were talking about their company affairs, they were talking about all the blessed thing in the world. Nothing to do with Guruji. Nothing to do with spirituality. Got the point or no? In olden times, when the king was celebrating the birthday of his son, the person invited was their Gurudev. And everybody would be only interested in talking about God and talking about the beautiful ways. They would be having bhajans and kirtans. Today it is happy birthday to you. What are you giving me as back gifts? What gift you have brought for me? What is this? What cake? From which shop you bought the cake? What is this you are going to eat? Oh my God, look at your clothes. This is what they do in today's birthday. In olden times, birthday was all about celebrating the Lord. Not that idiot who is there. Not the child. Not the parent. And the parent was also not interested in a 5-star hotel. It was a simple ceremony which was all in praises of the God. But today look at the celebration. Oh, I celebrated my child's birthday, you know. I called all my friends. I called everybody. This is how idiots are. God went out of the window long ago. And Brahma, nobody knows where he is. Humility is important. This is what is dharma. So when are you all going to understand dharma? You are teaching the songs of Dhurandhar to your children. And all the new songs that are there. You are giving them fancy clothes to wear. Oh, the children need to celebrate, you know. Tomorrow they are going to give you cheers with their glasses of wine and after that liquor and then drugs also. Don't worry about it. Very soon it's going to happen. Get them on the path of dharma. Celebration, whether it is Diwali, Dasra or whatever, is all about God. We celebrate the divinity, not that child. The child should be thankful and the parents have to be thankful that the child is given the opportunity by God to release himself, to liberate himself from that idiocy that you are having. Understood? May the Supreme Ruler grant me my desired object, the Supreme Lord, who abiding in all the bodies of the internal controller manifests himself in the form of different deities to people according to their tendencies and their path of worship of recent origin, just as a breeze of a wind bears different kinds of smells according to the fragrance of the flowers with which it comes into contact and looks whitish, the attributes of the dust mixed with it. What is Daksha saying? Remember, Daksha is your forefather. He is saying, today's idiots create gods of their own. They create different gods. They say, oh, this temple was discovered 1000 years ago. So God is only 1000 years old. Oh, you know this linga was here for eternity. Really? What are you talking about? They go to the temples, nearby temple, they'll go, oh, this temple was built in the year 565 AD. What? It is of recent origin. What are you talking about? God is not recent. God is ancient. And your modern God that is there, modern God. Oh, you know, this modern God is very beautiful. I have to do 25,000 pradakshanas around him. Why? Anga pradakshanam I have to do. What? Who told you that? God is not interested in all this bullshit. The God is in your heart, not there. So stop this kind of nonsense. He's telling you, the inner controller. See the words which Daksha is using. The inner controller. The Lord is the inner controller who manifests himself in the form of different deities of people according to their tendency. And their paths of worship are of recent origin. Who has told you to do all these kind of pujas and parts and, oh, I do this vrata, I do this, I do that, I look at the sun, I look at the moon and this I do. Who the hell has told you this? You are the one who has created it. Your idiotic forefathers, all your grandfathers and all, they have created this kind of rites and rituals. So he says, you have a tendency. And for, satisfying your tendency, the God has taken that shape. And then you have created what is called as a different, characteristics. What you have done? You have created a path of worship. I have to climb 10,000 steps to go and reach God. Which God told you climb 10,000 steps? Sri Krishna climbed 10,000 steps, is it? I want to ask you this question. Have you ever heard of Krishna going to any of these holy places? The Char Dham Yatra. Have you heard of Krishna doing that? Or Sri Ram doing that? Like an idiot, you want to go to all these places and do what? I don't know. They are the Lord Almighty themselves. What Sri Ram went? Well, when he was going to Lanka, he went to Rameshwaram, Madurai, all those places he visited, no doubt, because they were on his way. No, he visited Kailasha. Sri Ram visited Kailasha? Arey Baba, who has told you this? Where is it? Sri Krishna. Oh, he went to, Jammu Kashmir. Sir, he didn't go anywhere. Where he was is the temple. Where the Lord is the temple. The Lord is in your heart. The temple is in your heart, you idiot. Don't try to search for him somewhere else. I hope you get this point. Got it? This is the most important thing. All these crooks in the world are going to market you different gods. It is made because of those tendencies. You should do tantra, mantra, this thing, that thing, this mantra, that mantra. All kinds of things they are going to market to you. And you are going to be all carried away. Yeah. God took this form and he came like this. And then he came like this. Arey, come on, man. The Lord is in your heart. When are you going to understand that? The Supreme Lord lives in your heart, not outside. So stop doing all these nonsensical stuff. Who is saying? Daksha Prajapati is saying. The one who created the demigods themselves. So we have come to the end of verse 34 and we will stop over here.